So here we have the new and highly anticipated Nintendo Switch 2. This is actually the Costco bundle that we just ordered online yesterday, and it arrived next day, so pretty quick for shipping. It was $525, includes Mario Kart, as well as the 12-month subscription for the access to the Nintendo Store. We're going to go ahead and open it up and just go through everything that's inside the box. Unfortunately, I did open it upside down here, but you get the idea as far as what's going to be included. So here we have the controller adapter that you can attach both separate controllers to. And then we have the screen, as well as each separate controller. So there's the left and the right controllers. Now the screen itself, it is slightly larger than the Switch. Similar button layout to the Switch itself. You still have a USB-C port on the bottom, and it does have a kickstand that is actually hollowed out instead of the whole back piece. As mentioned, you also get Mario Kart with this one. The regular bundle for Mario Kart would be $4.99. Costco has this with the 12-month subscription, though, so that's an included bonus. You have an HDMI cable. And then you have your two tethers for the controllers. We have our charging port. This brick is actually separate, so the previous version had the cable connected to it, but this one's USB-C on both ends, and the cable can be disconnected. So that's kind of a nice feature. If you wanted to charge it off of a computer with a USB-C port, you would probably be able to do that here, whereas with the previous version, you could not do that. Now we have the docking station. This docking station is slightly larger than the previous one. You have your back panel, and then there are two side USB ports. If you take off the back panel, we'll be able to see that the layout is very similar. You have an HDMI port, a LAN port, and then the power port, all in a very similar configuration to the Nintendo Switch First Edition and the OLED. So there we have everything in the box, and we're going to now just kind of compare it side by side with the Switch OLED version. Here you can see it has the controllers attached. This is something also to note. The controllers do actually attach differently on the Switch 2. On the OLED Switch, they just slide down. You can see the screens are significantly different in size, with the Switch 2 being much larger. And the controllers on the new version are also bigger, and they're more comfortable to hold because of their size. They're not a lot bigger, but they're just big enough to where they're actually more ergonomic for your hand. The buttons are slightly larger too, which makes them easier to find. less cramped if you're using it as a split controller. And here we have the right controller. Now looking at the screen for the Switch, the regular Switch, the OLED version, the kickstand on the back, as mentioned, is this whole panel, whereas on the new one, it's just the single piece that comes out. And the backs fully have the logos listed. So on the OLED Switch, the controllers just slide right on, top down, and lock into place. Looking at the Switch 2, we have the controllers which actually just kind of magnetize and snap into place. They're really easy to attach, but they are a little bit tricky to remove until you get used to it. So still a very portable system overall. Easy to hold. It doesn't really feel much heavier than the previous version, but it does have that additional space, which makes it a little more comfortable in your hands. So you turn it on with the power. This one did come charged. Select your language, and then you would proceed through the basic system setup. Nice thing about this is you can transfer your previous Switch over to the new Switch 2 with the two devices next to each other. Just make sure that they're both plugged into power and updated. And then just for comparison, screen on the OLED Switch, and side by side you can see the size difference. Thanks for watching.